Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll give you a brief overview of the MAPS cross-platform imaging software. You'll learn the basics of how to use the software to automate imaging processes. Additionally, I'll demonstrate how MAPS enables you to generate elemental analyses and collect high-resolution images on large samples by seamlessly stitching individual images together. Today, this software is being used in conjunction with the Phenom Desktop SEM. To get started, name your project. Leave sample holder set to none when using maps on Phenom and click Create. When you open the software, it generates a default layer that acts as your base layer for orientation. I'll label this Base Layer. Next, click Import from Navcam. The Navcam image currently saved in the Phenom UI will be imported into Maps. In the Layer toolbar on the left, click Add Layer. I usually name this layer SEM because this is where we will have all the SEM data. Now, click Add Tile Set in the same layer toolbar. This creates a tiled grid overlay on the canvas. You can scroll with your mouse wheel to zoom in or out. You can click and drag the grid to position it as needed. To resize, drag the corners or edges of the grid. To rotate, hover over the rotation handle on the right, then click and drag to your desired angle. Now that we've defined an area, it's time to set our imaging parameters. Switch to the Phenom UI and set your imaging parameters, including accelerating voltage and beam intensity, to the appropriate values for your analysis. Then, choose the ideal detector for your image data. On the Phenom, the default detector is set to BSD full. Next, set your magnification. Today, I'm using 1500 times magnification. Click Auto Contrast Brightness and Autofocus in the left toolbar. Let's return to the MAP software to continue working on our stitching project. In the Tile Set toolbar on the left, click From Microscope to import all parameters. Name the tile set and set the resolution for each tile. For this demonstration, I'm selecting 1920 by 1200 because I want the final stitched image to have a high resolution. For frame averaging, I'll select medium, and I'll leave the other values as they were imported from Phenom. Click the focus icon in the Tile Set toolbar. For this demo, we'll use none. Next, open the Auto Functions tab to set an autofocus command. Since we're working with a flat sample, select none. For auto contrast and brightness, also select none, because we don't anticipate signal variations from the sample. Similarly, for auto final focus, select none because the sample is flat. Now, navigate to the EDS tab to enable EDS stitching. To add a layer with EDS data to your stitched image, check the box. For this demo, I'll leave the EDS dwell time at 1 millisecond. To identify elements of interest, click the ellipses button to open the periodic table. Select your desired elements and click OK. I'll set the EDS resolution to quarter. At this point, we've completed the setup for our tile set. If needed, you can add additional tile sets to be acquired sequentially. Now, I'll demonstrate these steps in action. Finally, it's time to configure the job controls to run the stitch. You'll see the estimated completion time displayed. The first option is pump to high vac when done. This brings the Phenom to high vacuum if it's in low vacuum after the acquisition is complete. The second option is move to Navcam when done. This instructs the Phenom to move the sample from under the electron column to under the Navcam optical column. The third option is go to standby when done. This sets the Phenom to enter standby mode once the acquisition is complete. There is one post-processing option, stitch tile sets when done. This automatically stitches the tile set into one image. Finally, click Run and see the process occur in real time. The software starts with the first defined tile and acquires each tile image sequentially until all tiles are collected. Because we toggled Stitch Tile Sets when done, MAPS automatically combines the tiles into a single image. If you're content with this image, you're done. If you'd like to adjust the stitching boundaries, return to the Layer toolbar and deselect the stitched image. Then, select the unstitched tile set. Now, click the Stitch This Tile Set icon to open the Tile Alignment Wizard. Here, you can make adjustments as needed using the mouse and keyboard. Here, maps correctly align the tiles, so no manual adjustment is needed, so I'll click Undo. Then, Confirm and Stitch. In the pop-up for Stitching Job options, I'll use the default settings. After a brief processing time, the adjusted stitched image will appear. Now you have a comprehensive image and elemental map data for your analysis.